Dior has brought back their iconic sequin lip, but it's had an upgrade. The Rouge Dior Sequin lip now comes as a duo with a sequin lip on one side and a gloss on the other. It's part of their newly launched festive collection, comes in 10 limited edition shades and retails for £45. I was very kindly sent 4 shades by the Dior team. There's no obligation for me to post. I really wanted to get into these. I was excited for these to drop again, and I wanted to share my first impressions whilst trying them out and also compare them to last year's version. This year's packaging feels really special. I think it's the gold. The gold makes it feel really festive. They did do a gold cap on the last one, but this time they've really committed to all gold and left out any silver. So this side is the ultra pigmented matte, and you can see little specks of glitter in the formula, but when you apply it, it's not immediately noticeable until it dries down and you press your lips together. That's when the glitter comes out. And I guess that's what makes these so popular, because they're so satisfying to use. And then you can stop there and just wear it like that. That is how last year's version was. The other end is this clear gloss, which you can wear alone or layer on top. I will say already, it doesn't stay clear for long. And Dior describes this as transfer proof, long wearing and comfortable. And I have a few thoughts on that, which I'll run through as we try on the shades. Let's dive into the swatches, because that's the most exciting bit. And the first shade is 909 Spectacular. This is the classic Dior red that they do in multiple different formulas. It is a very gorgeous bright red. I think it's very flattering for multiple different skin tones. Maybe that's why they keep releasing it. And I can confirm it is the same as last year. Something about Dior is they are quite consistent with their shades. And the next shade is 100 Spectacular Nude, another shade that Dior repeats a lot. So this is their signature beige pink nude. It's a little on the light side for my taste. I prefer some of the deeper nudes, but it is really pretty and I can easily wear this with a lip liner. And then next we have 720 Spectacular Icone, which apparently is a rosewood tone inspired by Christian Dior's favorite color. And it's a really nice shade for medium skin tones. Again, one I'm sure they repeat a few times, and I just like it because it's a little bit deeper than some of their other shades and it still has that rosy tone. And then lastly we have 881 Carousel. So this is a deep plum red. It's really beautiful on, actually. I don't wear these shades very often. I do like plums. Plums used to be my favorite, but I don't wear them enough anymore. So I think this is my reminder to wear them more again. So let's talk about the matte side of the formula. The product has this velvety texture. It's fairly easy to work with, although I don't always get the crispiest line. I do think it's easier to work with if you just wear a liner first. Now, you're meant to give it time to dry before you press your lips together, and this really tests me. I don't know what it is. I always want to press my lips together, so I have to really resist the urge to do that. You just want to give it a few minutes, and then when you do press your lips together, you get this instant glitter reveal, which is really satisfying to see, and it dries down to a very matte texture. And formula wise, it feels almost identical, if not the same to last year, both in texture and performance. I do wish Dior made it more of a creamy matte, because whilst it's long lasting, it's definitely not transfer proof, so there's just no need for it to be as dry as it is. And I have the Forever liquid lips, which are matte and transfer proof, and the texture is much more forgiving. It's much softer on the lips. Maybe it's the addition of glitter that makes it more dry. Now, speaking on the gloss side, the addition of gloss is very interesting, and the texture is really hard to explain because it's not quite like the Dior Maximizer, and it's definitely not like the Lip Glow Oil. I'd say it's closer to the Maximizer, but there's obviously no plumping addition. There's no shimmer or sparkle. It is just a plain gloss, and it's not totally transparent. There's a slight frostedness to it. Originally I thought it was a lot thicker, but actually putting the Dior Maximizer and that gloss side by side, they are quite similar. Maybe it's like the base texture of the Maximizer before they add any of the plumping. I'm not a massive fan of the applicator. The brush just feels like it never grabs enough product for me, especially because the matte side is so dry. I would even take the Lip Maximizer applicator, even though I think this is too tiny for me. I just found myself dipping back into the gloss a few times just to make sure I could really get that product around the lips. But once it's on, the finish is gorgeous. Like, adding that little gloss on top just gives it this insane shine. That said, you do have to be careful not to apply too much of either side, otherwise it will end up looking kind of gloopy. I made the mistake of doing that when I first swatched these, but when you get the balance right, it gives that high shine, almost vinyl finish. I do think they missed a trick not making the gloss more of like a sealant, so like you had that shine but it actually locked the lip in place, because is the lip stays on really, really well. Like the matte side, I mean, it stays on really well, but it isn't transfer proof. You could have emphasized the longevity of the product with the gloss, whereas in fact, I think it makes it more likely to transfer. And I think it kind of dulls the sparkle a little bit. So whilst you get that amazing shine, the glitter almost gets lost and you can barely see it. What they could have done is added shimmer to the gloss. Maybe they didn't want it to seem like the lip maximizer. I just think the main appeal for most people is going to be the sequin side. It is still a very wearable formula though. It gives you that soft sparkle without being over the top. I mean, it is Dior. It's not going to be super over the top and it's still gorgeous. And I really liked the look of some of the other shades. Illusionist, Acrobat and Magic. They are the deeper nudes and browns that I would usually go for, and I was really tempted to buy them, but after trying these I actually ended up picking up a couple of shades of the Forever liquid lip instead, because I had this before. I mean, I still have it, the old version from 2023, but that one is a shiny one and that thing actually locks onto your lips and doesn't go anywhere. This one I put on today just to double check it's also transfer proof, and it is, and it's still a matte texture and it's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm just like, why did they not do this for the sequin lip? And I am a little upset they haven't got this in the shiny version, because it was just so beautiful. I just think if I want the sequin vibe, I will just wear this with something glittery over the top like I have done today. Today I actually wore a new shade of lip maximizer, also sent over by Dior PR, but I bought this shade of the Forever lip in the shade 300. It's just stunning. I love it. And I realized in doing this video, I actually don't have that much that's glittery. I have a couple of shimmery things, but not many glitter lip toppers. I think that's because it actually, in general, if I think about it, I don't like glitter. But it's funny that I'm asking for more glitter from my products. There's someone that doesn't like glitter. But when it's for the holidays, I kind of expect it. You're not going to see these products again. They're limited edition. They're around just for the season. Why not go all out? And then because of this packaging, a lot of people were comparing these to the Chanel Le Rouge Duos. I feel like I might have tried them years ago, but I actually can't remember. But from a quick peruse online, they don't have any glitter shades. They have a couple of shimmer, and it looks really subtle. So no one's really gone for it on the glitter stakes. That product apparently is actually transfer proof. So if you're looking for something that just doesn't budge, I'd say go for the Forever lip or try the Chanel. Unfortunately, nothing is really going for it with the glitter. So my final thoughts on these: if you already liked the sequin lip from last year, it's likely you will like it again, because it looks to be the same formula, just with the addition of the gloss. And the issue I had in previous years is they always sold out before I could get it. This time it actually looks to be in stock, so it feels like maybe they've actually got more stock of this time. It's a great all-in-one product, especially if you were layering gloss over the top anyway, then you can use both. It's not transfer proof, but it's still long wearing, and I think it delivers on the festive sparkle, maybe just not as intensely as some of us were expecting. I wish Dior went further on the gloss to give it more impact, but it's still a beautiful product. But I'd love to know your thoughts on these. Which shade would you go for? Is there another one that you were eyeing up? And I did have some other Dior launches that I wanted to talk about, but I will save those for another video. I wanted to get this out in case potentially these did sell out, because I feel like the new launches come and they go before I can even do a video about it. Thanks for watching if you made it this far, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!